Well, hello everybody once again. Now, I haven't done any cleaning. I just needed to do a wee catch up in between because there's been a great deal of response since I did the cleaning video on the bedroom. And I just wanted to feedback a little bit. And you might notice I'm looking a wee bit smarter today than what I normally do. I had to go and pick my vegetable box up from our local Whole Food shop. And never before did I ever get dressed, do my hair, put a frock on, put a bit of lipstick on to go and collect a vegetable box. But I don't know about you, but I've just been wearing the same clothes all the time. So it was like a bit of an outing, you know. Anyway, I got a call, a frantic call from my Auntie Evelyn during the week to tell me that she'd heard on Highland Radio a woman who was talking about empty boxes, cables, spring cleaning, etc. Now, she was a bit alarmed because she felt that she'd really stolen my material. But in all honesty, it's not my material, is it? But my aunt was spitting feathers, and poor Uncle Raymond probably had his ears chewed off him. But anyway, she phoned up Highland Radio. Now, I thought Highland Radio might have been in Scotland where the Highlands are, but it appears not. It's in a little town called Letterkenny that has a population of about 15,856. I know exactly because I Googled it. And it's the border town between Strabane and Donegal. In fact, there used to be a checkpoint there. It was like a real border checkpoint. My mother used to run butter across the border in those back in the day. But anyway, so it turns out Highland Radio is in Letterkenny. And my aunt, she rang them. She rang them and said, "Who is this woman?" And they wouldn't disclose her name. But I thought about it. And I thought, isn't that wonderful? Isn't that just absolutely fantastic that another woman is reaching the Irish audience? So and inspiring women to spring clean. So I kind of felt this is beginning to take off. So if you do know me and I have listened to any of my videos, can you contact me? Because we could join forces to enable more women. And we're told that this is the time of the feminine rising. So, and I talk about women because there aren't many men seem to comment on my posts. I do believe a lot of them have turned to cleaning. So maybe they're busy cleaning when I'm on. But I was just thinking that together we could mobilise women across the globe to clean this planet, to clean and get rid of the hoarding, the keeping of just in case, all the stuff that's out there. We as women could have campaign cleaning going in no time at all, particularly if my Aunt Evelyn's behind it. She used to be a country and western singer, so she knows all about the difficulties in life, but she's also a bit of an event manager. So come on, we Cutty from Letterkenny, let's get together and do this, a global initiative. Anyway, I diversify because really I wanted to talk about how this has developed. You know, I set this up just to make cleaning a bit more bearable for me and make it a bit of a laugh, you know. But it's taken on a whole new complexion and it's got a certain responsibility with it now. So I wanted to read. I feel like I'm an agony aunt, you know, and I've been getting letters from people Well, they're not really letters because people don't write letters anymore, which is such a shame, really. I got a WhatsApp message. It really doesn't have the same sound to it, does it? But anyway, a couple of WhatsApp messages from women who have, you know, I've been very honest. I mean, I've been very honest about this gene, this hoarding aspect. You know, for some it's quite shameful. And I know for some of you, you've written in the posts, it feels like a bit of a confessional, I do believe, for you all. But there's those that are just not ready to reveal this aspect of themselves. So, but I did ask if they would mind if I shared their stuff. So I won't use their real names. But this was the message I got from Denise saying, I found 3 electric toothbrushes, box for an electric razor, which I've no knowledge of, half a dozen regular toothbrushes, unbelievable amount of plasters and bandages. I hadn't even thought of that. And a rescue blanket, 30 razors, 20 bars of soap. And she said, it's a bit depressing because I've had those, some of those plasters for 30 years. So I don't even know if they'd work anymore. God, I just felt she'd offloaded a huge secret. And I just said, well done, Denise, well done for sharing. You know, but she also sent me a picture. I had not realised the responsibility I'd be taking on here. I just thought it was going to be a laugh, but it really has snowballed. And she sent me a picture of something, which she asked me what was it, and I did actually spend time. I spent quite a bit of time looking at it and wondering what on earth could it be, and that's where, you know, the weight of the responsibility came in. And I thought, oh my God, I'm going to have to tell her I don't know. I'm going to have to say no. And I know for an awful lot of us, finding our no and saying no is sometimes not very easy, you know. And admitting as well our frailties, like that we don't know something. But I thought I've got to be true to myself and to this woman who shared this with me. And I just had to say, I am very sorry. I have no idea what this is. But I thought I'd put it out there just in case somebody might know. But if you do know, you know, keep it private, would you please? Because now that I've said no, she's thrown it in the bin. But here we go. Auntie Evelyn, maybe Uncle Raymond might know what this is. So there we go. Another shocker. Well, it wasn't so much a shocker, but, you know, it was again a revelation, a revealing of oneself, one's private, personal self. Was a woman called Deborah. And Deborah wrote to me. She said, I discovered 2 ancient dildos. I thought, I hope she doesn't put the batteries in those. I mean, ancient. How old were they? But anyway, she didn't put the batteries in. She threw them in the bin. Now, if I had been offered an award, this would go to Jan. Because this is a real heart-opening admission. And really and truly, for the numbers of items that she has revealed, has put me to shame, really, because it makes me feel like, well, I found nothing, really. But this girl does definitely have that hoarding gene. So here we go. I was inspired by your cleaning. Oh, isn't that lovely? Cleaning video. I found many boxes, not however empty. God love you, Jan. No empty boxes. But I did find one box, and in it 36 eyeliner pencils, mostly all of the same shade, 15 mascaras, 10 half-used face cream pots, going over the page now, and 27 lipsticks. I decided I was a compulsive schizophrenic who couldn't remember that the other part of me had already bought all these things. And deep in the bowels of my linen chest, I found a little box with a label that said, "Things of absolutely no use." And opened it and found that it was full of several of the above mentioned lipsticks, mascaras, etc. And she said, "Don't get me started on empty CD cases." So there you have it. You know, clearly there's a need for this. There is a real need for this. And another thing that another person wrote to me, you know, and sent me a video of a local GP who was asking for items for the food bank. So she sent me a video of him putting out this request, and all she put underneath was, "And you threw the toothbrushes in the bin!" exclamation mark. I felt terrible. I felt truly chastised. I'm just curious about this, but do men use exclamation marks as frequently as women? This is a question I've been pondering. Anyway, so I felt terrible. I felt absolutely terrible. I thought, how could you have done that? So carelessly. And, but I was so relieved that my hoarding gene had served me well, because the ones that I hadn't taken out of the box, I had kept. So I'll tell you now, to my friend, whose name I won't mention, I got those. I went to Aldi, bought a few more items to accompany them, and I have to say that was a total nightmare, Aldi. So I put my life on the line there. Unlike yourself, of course, not quite in the way that you are, because I know you're a frontline worker, so I actually did feel that I hadn't, you know, I really hadn't contributed. But so I put them all in a bag, and you'll be glad to know I took them to the food bank. So that's it for today. I am working up to getting this kitchen started. The sun is shining too brightly to be stuck in the kitchen cleaning. And what I've also discovered is that when you start, you know, before you know it, you have to go back round again. I had to do the bathroom in between. What's that all about? Anyway, you take care. Lots of love. And thanks for listening to my ravings. And don't forget, we Cutty over there and Letterkenny, get in touch. We'll work together.